Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video we're going to start collecting Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and today we're taking a look at the Sons of Behemat, and in particular the Army of Renown of King Brodd Stomp. Now in this video we're going to go through the special rules for King Brodd Stomp, and then take a look as well at some units we can use to begin our collection. We'll then look at some other units we can use to expand and create some alternate options for our force with, before finally showing you a little sample arm list of 1,000 points for you to use at the end of the video, and hopefully give you some inspiration to start your own force of King Brodd Stomp in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And so, to begin with, first of all, we do have a couple of things. We already get the Mightier Makes Mightier rule that the standard Mega Gargants will have, and then we also get the World Titan's Prophet ability. This is pretty cool because if your army includes King Brodd, he has a Ward Saver 5+, while he's within 3 inch of any other friendly units. We then also have the ability Smash It All to Bits. Once per turn in your shooting phase, you can pick a friendly Mega Gargant that's within 1 inch of a terrain feature and roll a dice. On a 2+, that terrain feature is sundered, and if the terrain feature is sundered, you roll a dice for each unit that is either has any models on it or is garrisoning such a terrain feature. On a 2+, they'll suffer D3 mortal wounds, then all models from that terrain feature and garrisoning terrain, if needed, are placed within 6 inch of that terrain feature and more than 3 inch from all enemy units. Enemy models that can't be placed in such a way are slain, and the terrain feature is then entirely removed from the battlefield. Finally, after you do this as well, you can then make a shooting attack with an 18 inch range, D6 attacks, 4+ to hit, 3+ to wound, Ren -2, damage D3 +3. So a pretty cool little shooting attack and ability, and cool to just be able to completely remove terrain off the table. We then also get a monstrous rampage called the Wrath of Brodd. When you carry out a monstrous rampage with a Mega Gargant, you can choose to use this one instead. Only a model that made a charge move in this phase can make this, and then if you do so, you can make a 3d6 inch move. But you can end this move within 3 inch of enemy units, in fact you must, and then each unit that you've moved across, even partially, you roll a dice. On a 2+, they'll take D3 mortal wounds. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, where to begin with our force, but of course with the character this particular Army of Renown is named after, that is King Brodd. Now King Brodd is a Mega Gargant, obviously 40 wounds, 4+ save. He's got the Obelisk of Torcania as his main weapon. This has 4 attacks at his full profile, 3s and 3s, Ren -2, damage 5, Almighty Stomp and Death Grip in there, the standard. A lot of Mega Gargants will get these, generally they're D3 damage, attack with a couple of attacks on the Almighty Stomp, and the Death Grip has the potential to pretty much squish an enemy into mush. Now, Almighty Stomp will add 1 to its hit rolls if you're targeting an enemy unit that has a wounds characteristic of 3 or less. Effectively, little things get stomped on easier. Creepers is a special rule in each charge phase. First time an enemy monster within 3 inch of this unit is carrying out a monstrous rampage, you roll a dice. If this roll is equal to or greater than the Creeper's value shown on the damage table, that monster can't carry this out. So a 2+ at full value means your opponent just can't get the bonuses from the monstrous rampage. He does mortal wounds when he charges. He can move over a bunch of terrain thanks to his long shanks as well. And the Sons of Behemat rule as well, which will apply to a ton of different models in the force, means anytime he would be insta-slaying, he's instead just going to take D6 mortal wounds. Now, he is a priest, and he does have the power of Behemat Prayer. This allows him to potentially give some bonuses to nearby units. Now, its casting value of 3, and you can add 1 to the charging roll if an enemy monster has been slain by this unit in the battle, and if answered, pick one of the following effects. Either add 2 to the move characteristic of Sons of Battle until the end of the turn, you can heal up to D3, or you can improve the Ren characteristic of the melee weapons used by friendly Sons of Behemat until the end of turn. These weapons must be the Obelisk of Torcania, the Menhir Club, Shipwrecker War Club, Titan Boulder Club, Fort Crusher Flower, and Massive Club. So all your main sort of hitting weapons. And so after him, you of course probably want to pick up some Man Crusher Gargants. I think in your early stages, having the more units on the table is probably the best way to go. You can have them in a single unit of 3, probably not how I would start, but you can also run them in individual units. Now, Man Crusher Gargants have 12 wounds, 5+ save, they've got throw and rock, so they do use some range damage, but they've also got, massive clubs, which have a 4 attacks to their top bracket with 3s and 3s, rend 1 damage 2, the Headbutt in there for a nice damage 4 attack, and a Mighty Kick in there for another nice D3 damage. Now you've got some abilities. First of all, Keep Up means if this unit's within 15 inch of a friendly Mega Gargant and they can charge even if they ran in the same turn. Stomping Charge gives them mortal wounds on the charge. They've got the Insta-Slay ability of Stuff them in the bag, and they also do mortal wounds when they eventually go down as well. Now, of course, we can always play in those early games with just a couple of models. You can easily fit 2 Mega Gargants into a single force instead of going for the Man Crushers, but these can also give you some different options. Now, the first Mega Gargant we have is the Beast Smasher Mega Gargant. This is really fun. 35 wounds, 4+ save. The Mynheer Club is its main weapon with 3 attacks at 3s and 2s, rend -3 and damage 5. The big ability is the Beast Breaking Strike, where you can give up all your attacks for a single attack that has 5d6 damage. Now, other than that, you've got the standard rules across for all your Sons of Behemat. You have Crushing Charge, Death Grip, Long Shank, Sons of Behemat, the Terror ability, Timber for when you die, and Almighty Stomp for some bonuses to your Stomp attack when fighting small models. Next, we have the Gatebreaker Mega Gargant. Now, the Gatebreaker's big weapon is going to be his Fort Crusher Flail, which has 6 attacks, 4s and 3s, rend -3, damage 4. And then you've also got the Smashdown ability, where you add 1 to the damage if he's ever attacking an enemy unit that's in cover or garrisoning a terrain feature. In addition, if you carry out the Smash to Rubble Monstrous Rampage, roll a dice for each enemy unit within that terrain feature, and on a 2+, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. Next, we have the Kraken Eater Mega Gargant. Now, the Kraken Eater has his Shipwrecker Club, where he has 4 attacks at 3s and 3s, rend -2, damage 4. But then he's also got the Get Off Me Land, where he can effectively kick objectives around the table. Lastly, we have the War Stomper Mega Gargant. This is the cheapest of all the Mega Gargants. The Titanic Boulder Club has a cool amount of attacks. So how this works is the attacks characteristic of the club is equal to the number of enemy models within 3 of the attacking model, and then adding the Titanic Boulder Club value, which is +4 at top bracket. And then you get that many attacks, so they'll be hitting and wounding on 3s, -2 rend, damage 2. A really cool, horde killing unit. So here we have our sample army list. Now, we're obviously the army of renown for King Brodd's Stomp here, and we've gone the grand strategy of Slaughter a Sorcery. We've got some cool ways to target enemy wizards, especially with the Monstrous Rampage we have special to this particular faction. Now, we've got a Triumph of Bloodthirsty. When you have so many few units on the table like we do here, it's really important you make these charges with the units so they're always in combat, always doing damage. So a reroll to charge is definitely the way to go. Now, we then have King Brodd, who can be our general, and in this particular army of renown, he can take himself a command trait. So we've got Loudmouth Bully, where he can target a friendly Gargant on the table and have them fight at the top bracket of their profile. Now, joining him in this list, we've gone for 3 Man Crushers. However, you can, if you want, run a 2-model list of Brodd and another Mega Gargant of any variety that you want at 1,000 points. These are all completely valid options. If there's a model you particularly like the look of or the sounds of in this, you can run it alongside Brodd and run this easy, really quick and off the table. I just think having the 4 models for me at the start is probably the way to go for some nice bodies and more, ability to influence more of the table. But if you've got some ideas of how to start your own force of King Brodd's Stomp in the comments below, let us know your thoughts, your favourite units, and your favourite combo of Gargants as well. And that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. You can use one of our affiliate links to Gap Games or Element Games if you're in Australia or the United Kingdom, or you can subscribe to our YouTube members or Patreon, or grab some merch from our merch stores on Teespring or Ko-fi. All the best ways to help support the channel. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our patrons: Broken Chef, Andy C, Grimskull, Colorblind Magic, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Outer and Shot First, Kenny Lowell, and Soren. And to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, the Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all once again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.